You are about to hear The Unwritten Laws of Engineering by W.J. King, narrated by Joseph Kent. Copyright 2018 BN Publishing. Online at bnpublishing.com. Chapter 1. What the Beginner Needs to Learn at Once. Some years ago, the author became very much impressed with the fact, which can be observed in any engineering organization, that the chief obstacles to the success of individual engineers, or of the group comprising a unit, were of a personal and administrative rather than a technical nature. It was apparent that both the author and his associates were getting into much more trouble by violating the unwritten laws of professional conduct than by committing technical sins against the well-documented laws of science. Since the former appeared to be indeed unwritten at that time, as regards any adequate and convenient text, the following laws were originally formulated and collected into a sort of scrapbook to provide a set of house rules or a professional code for a design engineering section of a large manufacturing organization. Although they are admittedly fragmentary and complete, they are offered here for whatever they may be worth to younger men just starting their careers, and to older men who know these things perfectly well, but who all too often fail to apply them in practice. Just a few points should be emphasized. None of these laws is theoretical or imaginary, and however obvious and trite they may appear, their repeated violation is responsible for much of the frustration and embarrassment to which engineers everywhere are liable. In fact, this paper is primarily a record, derived from direct observation over a period of 17 years, of the experience of 4 engineering departments, 3 of them newly organized and struggling to establish themselves by the trial and error method. It has, however, been supplemented and confirmed by the experience of others as gathered from numerous discussions, lectures, and the literature, so that it most emphatically does not reflect the unique experience or characteristics of any one organization. Furthermore, many of these rules are generalizations to which exceptions will occur in special circumstances. There is no thought of urging a slavish adherence to rules and red tape, for there is no substitute for judgment, and at times vigorous individual initiative is needed to cut through formalities in an emergency. But in many respects, these laws are like the basic laws of society. They cannot be violated too often with impunity, notwithstanding striking exceptions in individual cases. In relation to his work, however menial and trivial your early assignments may appear, give them your best efforts. Many young engineers feel that the minor chores of a technical project are beneath their dignity and unworthy of their college training. They expect to prove their true worth in some major enterprise. Actually, the spirit and effectiveness with which you tackle your first humble tasks will very likely be carefully watched and may affect your entire career. Occasionally, a man will worry unduly about where his job is going to get him, whether it is sufficiently strategic or significant. Of course, these are permanent considerations, and you would do well to take some stock of them, but by and large, it is fundamentally true that if you take care of your present job well, the future will take care of itself. This is particularly so in the case of a large corporation, where executives are constantly searching for competent men to move up into more responsible positions. Success depends so largely upon personality, native ability, and vigorous, intelligent prosecution of any job that it is no exaggeration to say that your ultimate chances are much better if you do a good job on some minor detail than if you do a mediocre job as section head. Furthermore, it is also true that if you do not make a good first showing on your present job, then you are not likely to be given the opportunity of trying something else more to your liking. There is always a premium upon the ability to get things done. This is a quality which may be achieved by various means under different circumstances. Specific aspects will be elaborated in some of the succeeding items. It can probably be reduced, however, to a combination of 3 basic characteristics as follows. A. Energy, which is expressed in initiative to start things and aggressiveness to keep them moving briskly. B. Resourcefulness or ingenuity, i.e., the faculty for finding ways to accomplish the desired result, and C. Persistence or tenacity, which is the disposition to persevere in spite of difficulties, discouragement, or indifference. This last quality is sometimes lacking in the makeup of brilliant engineers, to such an extent that their effectiveness is greatly reduced. Such dilettantes are known as good starters but poor finishers, or else it will be said of a man, you can't take him too seriously. He'll be all steamed up over an idea today, but tomorrow he'll have dropped it and started chasing some other rainbow. Bear in mind, therefore, that it may be worthwhile finishing a job if
Sample complete. Ready to continue?